today to contribute to vote 8 of the Minister of Defense, Honourable First Vice Chairperson of the Council of the Whole, of the Committee of the Whole Council, allow me to contribute to this vote and to make reference to other issues that have been happening and as to why I would want to support the bill. But first of all, the vote. First of all, it must be put on record that I'm in support with the vote, but with specific references. Vice Chair, the situation in the Zambezi region along the borderlines of Botswana, like at the Chobe River, it's worrisome. It's very, very worrisome to an extent that Namibian lives had been lost in the hands of the Botswana Defense Force. First Vice Chair, this situation tells us that our neighbor have decided to be doing this because they have realized that the Namibian Defense Force does not have the capacity to defend the territorial integrity of this country because of lack of modern military equipment and training. The Botswana Defense Force cannot do this to other neighboring countries like South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Zambia, because they have realized that if they would have done the same as they are doing to the Namibian people who are living alongside the Chobe River, they could be dealt with. Therefore, many lives have been lost as a result of them undermining our military capabilities. It's my call, based on that the Namibian Defense Force be equipped with modern military and be deployed alongside the borderlines with Botswana, so that we avoid any further losses. Because if the further losses will continue, the people who are living along the borderlines of that part of our country will be left with no choice but to defend themselves. We cannot be tamed as the second Palestine in our own free country. It is the duty of the Namibian Defense Force to protect us, to protect all the citizens, to protect the territorial integrity of this country. Therefore, I wish and hope that this allocation to this ministry will address the issues of our military their presence to be seen alongside the borders. Botswana Defense Force are patrolling day and night. Why can't ours do the same? Sleeping. We know there are issues of funds due to COVID and stuff, but then we need to give priority to some of these type of things. Recently now, we have heard and we have seen in the newspapers, in the print, in the newspapers that tourists were being pointed with AK-47 in our own territory. And these tourists, when they go back, they will share the story, and not, you know, many of them, even when they would want to come, they will say, no, 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 there's tension on that side. So we are losing on the tourism sector at the same time. Botswana is trying to protect, is trying to take over areas which have got more games here on the side of Namibia to push it on their side, which is very quite wrong. The boundary of Namibia and Botswana remains the Chobe River. Other outskirts, Botswana does not have the jurisdiction. They are doing these things because, like I said earlier. So, Honourable Chair, finally, I want to call upon the Ministry of Defence to urgently deploy the Namibian Defence Force to increase on their deployment, which is currently there. We know we have the naval base in Impalila, but are we sure that that base is well equipped? I was at Impalila myself. I saw their naval boat.
1 minute, Honourable.
You cannot tell me that that boat have got the capacity to deal with the situation when it erupts on that other side of this, the country. That's a joke. People's lives are in danger. Let's make sure that we do things right. People are complaining, people are demonstrating, people are doing whatever because of this lack of interventions. So, Minister of Defense, I think it's time to act. It's time to assure the residents of that area that we have a trusted, well, professional, equipped military in this country. Thank you, and I submit.
I was afraid that I could not protect you, given that you exceeded your time. You are from Zambesi. Thank you very much, Honourable Katongo Minya.